Your Apple TV is connected to everything except the one thing it needs, the Wi-Fi. Every other device in your house works fine, but the Apple TV just refuses to get online. This is one of the most common Apple TV problems, and also one of the most fixable. These steps go from the simplest to the one that almost always finishes the job. Power cycle both devices before anything else. Before you touch a single setting, the first thing to do is cut the power to both your Apple TV and your router at the same time. This is not the same as restarting from the settings menu. It means physically unplugging both devices from the wall. Unplug the Apple TV power cable from the back of the unit completely, then unplug the router from the wall outlet. Leave both of them without power for a full 60 seconds. The router needs that time to clear its active connection table and flush out any stale session data. The Apple TV needs that time to fully discharge and clear whatever error state it was stuck in. After 60 seconds, plug the router back in first and wait the full 2 minutes it takes to come back online and stabilize. Watch the indicator lights until they settle, then plug the Apple TV back in and let it finish booting completely before attempting any connection. A large number of Apple TV Wi-Fi issues are nothing more than a temporary conflict between the device and the router, and a full simultaneous power cycle clears it instantly. If this does not fix yours, the next step is where most people find their answer, and it takes about 60 seconds. Forget the network and reconnect fresh. A saved Wi-Fi connection on your Apple TV can go bad over time. The device stores your network name, password, assigned IP address, and connection settings. And when any part of that stored information becomes corrupted or outdated, the connection fails every single time, even though your Wi-Fi is working perfectly for everything else. Go to Settings on your Apple TV, then Network, then Wi-Fi. You will see your network listed. Select it and choose Forget Network. This wipes every piece of stored information the Apple TV had about that connection. Now select your network again from the list and enter your Wi-Fi password carefully, one character at a time. Let the Apple TV go through its full connection process from scratch. Apple's own support documentation lists Forget and Reconnect as one of the primary recommended fixes for persistent Wi-Fi failures, and the majority of users who do this step correctly find the connection restores immediately. But there is a setting that lives inside your router, not your Apple TV, that can silently block the connection even after a perfect Forget and Reconnect. Most people have no idea it exists, and that is what comes next. Check your router's security settings. Many modern routers are set to WPA3 only security by default, and older Apple TV models do not support WPA3. When an unsupported Apple TV tries to connect to a WPA3 only network, the connection fails without giving you any useful error message. It just does not connect. Open a browser on your phone or laptop and type 192.168.1.1 into the address bar to reach your router's admin page. Every router's interface looks different, but look for the wireless security or Wi-Fi security section. If the security mode is set to WPA3 only, change it to WPA2 or to WPA2.WPA3 transitional mode, which supports both. Save the change and restart the router. Also check whether MAC address filtering is turned on in your router settings. When this feature is active, the router only allows connections from devices whose hardware addresses you have manually approved. The Apple TV will not connect if its MAC address is not on that list. Find the Apple TV's MAC address under Settings, then General, then About, and add it to your router's approved list if filtering is enabled. Use an Ethernet cable to isolate the problem. If the Wi-Fi still refuses to connect after all of the above, plug an Ethernet cable directly from your router into the Apple TV. The Apple TV 4K has a built-in Ethernet port on the back. On other Apple TV models, you will need a USB-C to Ethernet adapter to do this. Test whether the internet works through the wired connection. If it does, then everything in your network is working correctly, and the issue is specific to the Apple TV's wireless connection. Either the Wi-Fi settings, the router's wireless channel configuration, or the Apple TV's internal Wi-Fi antenna. If the internet also fails through Ethernet, the problem is deeper inside the Apple TV's network system, and a factory reset is the path forward. Even after fixing the Wi-Fi issue, an Ethernet connection is worth keeping permanently for an Apple TV that streams 4K content. A wired connection eliminates buffering caused by signal fluctuation and delivers speeds that Wi-Fi in most homes cannot consistently match. Factory reset to clear everything. When nothing else has resolved the Wi-Fi problem, a factory reset is the step that handles what every other fix cannot reach. Go to Settings, then System, then Reset, and choose Reset and Update. This completely erases all stored settings on the Apple TV, including every piece of corrupted network data, and reinstalls a fresh version of tvOS from Apple's servers. After the reset, connect to your Wi-Fi during the initial setup process. Since all previous network configuration has been wiped, the Apple TV approaches the connection with zero stored information. No bad password, no corrupted IP assignment, no conflicting settings. This resolves the vast majority of Apple TV Wi-Fi issues that survive every other fix. You will sign back into your Apple ID and reinstall your apps once the connection is established. The whole process takes about 15 minutes, and the connection that results is stable. If the Apple TV still cannot connect to Wi-Fi even after a full factory reset on a network that all other devices use without any issue, the internal Wi-Fi module has a hardware fault, and Apple support is the appropriate next step.